See, we could tell that as the Oyster Cracker Man made up his story of the All American and the more of his clones went up the West Coast, that Ellery and his came down the West Coast, and that every time they met, they fought. Right? And then Joe or Red Randy tried to do the same with their story coming across. And so you could tell that they were the liars. And then we also could tell that the African American males are pissed because, Elton's plan didn't work either. And they're upset that they're caught. And it didn't turn into Teen Land of gay. So, and they're upset. So then they know it's not my problem, African American, that you come moving into an area and just start stealing everybody's shit and then making up a story. All right? And then it's obvious that you're all teaming up together to cover up that you're a bunch of pedophile after stealing other people's shit, Joe. It's you guys' football screenplay that gets obvious. And so, those of you who support me, it makes it easier to, whether you're African, you guys may hate me in the gangs, or the African Americans or the Spanish people, but here is it's the best part for you all is just to avoid those men and those people, and then you're free, and then they put themselves in their own prison. So if you avoid Jim Riley, Joe Zillig, Harry Race, Bernard LaChance, DJ Dave Balamorad, Perlita Jones, Quinn Walms, Doug King, Elton Anderson, Don Wiley, the 1961 Oyster Cracker Man, the Bitted Bat 4 and the Blue Boy boxes, the GPS Anklet Paso Robo Rapist Knight, and the Ellery Boys, and Jim Hall and Bill Duvall. The greater masses of you will be free. Avoid the country and western of my mom and their lies, right? It's not my problem that you guys wanted to be, rapists and do your body swaps for Joe and his cemetery. So if you avoid the Fairmount Faggot Joe and the Maltese Night Cross thief, because really a group of them just moved in either Florida to steal stuff or here to steal people's stuff, and African Americans started a conflict with the Spanish to steal their eye, and then Ellery probably went down to Florida to make a conflict with the Cubans to steal their eye. But it's funny how the African American team, the Baldy Boy and Elton Anderson and their 7-Eleven crew, get upset when they're caught. So it's the prison you made, African Americans, for your lying and supporting Ellery and their shit, and then interfering with other families like the Kennedys, the Bowmans, the Hiltons, whoever else was established. Because you guys didn't like their idea and you guys wanted to go with the circus of the Carney of Bernard the Little Fag. And that's what happens when you guys make everything center around a person who is nothing but a thief after the Carney was created, and you guys came across the United States stealing everybody's shit, trying to make your pyramid, totally disregarding those families that already knew what they were doing. So you all can have it, and then the smart ones who are looking for real freedom, avoid all of the stupidity and the arguments that you men have created over your theory about how something works, instead of listening to those who already knew how to get it to work. So, like I said, we can prove every time they're proven wrong their version of a dream, and you can tell that they screwed up people's brains is to beam their memory of a pornography or something inside somebody's brain and say, "Oh, we caught you," when really it's them who are the pedophile abusers of the earth. By the way, when you guys do it so rapidly and so much, it's not a dream. You can prove it. You're doing it deliberately, and that's not REM sleep. So we can prove that Bernard the Little Fag is nothing but a liar and a thief and a murderer and a mass murderer, with Perlita and Dave covering up that they with the Negroes, that they slaughtered thousands of people on their idea for the Locarny circus, when Elton and them decided to take people's kids and paint everything red after they stole shit. And then they run back to Africa or whatnot, saying it's their eye, but it doesn't even come close. So, if you really want to, kids, get out of the mess, just avoid those men and their mess and their sexual pedophilia fantasy with other people's children and wives.